biggest topics of the night was Proposal 3. Voters will cast their ballot on the future of legal access to abortion in Michigan. Both candidates responded when asked about the issue by going after each other.
She's the one that said a 14-year-old child raped by her uncle is a perfect example of someone who should not have reproductive rights and the ability to choose. She went further to say it is healing for a person who's raped to carry that child to term.
And abortion rights will be decided by Proposal 3, or it will be decided by a judge. We already know that that's the case in the state of Michigan. The governor has the most radical opinion of abortion. She was asked twice in the last debate if she had any limits on abortion. She refused to answer.
Political analysts say inflation will be one of the major issues voters are thinking about when they cast their vote. Both candidates were asked what they would do to boost Michigan's economy.
But I would put money back into your pockets. I would make sure we have that child tax credit. I would make sure that we reduce the income tax. And I would make sure that our seniors who are on a fixed income are not receiving more taxes than they should.
Working in a bipartisan way with a Republican legislature, we were able to help 150,000 families get free or low-cost daycare, money in the pocket. We were able to expand opportunities to have the state pick up a third of the cost of daycare for working families.
A topic getting a lot of attention nationwide and here in Michigan is what some are calling controversial books in school libraries.
If you have material in your school that is something that you can't read to a child at a bus stop because you would be arrested because it is pornographic, then it should not be in our classroom.
As a public school parent, I know that we have rights to understand the curriculum, the materials, to opt our children out if we think that it doesn't keep in line with our desires in terms of what they are learning.
Election Day is just 2 days away, and people are still voicing their concerns over Proposal 3. The proposal would amend Michigan's Constitution, giving a right to reproductive freedom. Today, people gathered at the Horizons Conference Center in Saginaw Township for a rally to vote no on Proposal 3. Mid-MichiganNow Godbold has more.
Well, if this abortion initiative is enshrined in the state constitution, I think what is at stake is far more than we can possibly imagine.
At the Fight Like Heaven prayer rally in Saginaw Township, people praying for Proposal 3 not to pass. Sammy Coleman, one of those people.
People need to understand the importance of life and that life is a gift from God.
Others like Dan and Catherine Fitzpatrick believe Proposal 3 is too hard to understand.
It's too extreme. It's too invasive. Takes away parental rights, takes away common sense, and we need to stop it.
The wording in this is very sketchy, and it's not really a good thing for women, no matter which side of the issue you're on.
I reached out to Reproductive Freedom for All, a pro-choice organization who believes people should vote yes on Proposal 3. Tell me this in part, quote, "Unfortunately, our radical opponents are using a disinformation campaign to hide their real goal, a return to the 1931 law which bans abortions in nearly all cases, including rape, incest, and threats to the woman's health. Passing Proposal 3 keeps us from reverting to that ban and also keeps important medical decisions between women and their doctors," end quote. Others who agree with voting yes on Proposal 3 is Dr. Amari Young, an OBGYN in Flint, who says he knows firsthand how this proposal would impact women.
So whether it's decisions about pregnancy, contraception, sterilization, abortion care, fertility, and management, those are decisions that women across all spectrums of life have to make decisions about, and you want to feel supported and protected in those decisions.
You're seeing a lot more competitive districts for the U.S. Congress, the State House, the State Senate, and even some local things as well. So that was the goal.
With that goal in mind, this has created some challenges for candidates running in these districts. Michigan's 8th congressional district is a critical race, Rozicki says. Democrat Congressman Dan Kildee is facing off against Republican Paul Young.
And it's probably the most competitive district that Dan Kildee's ever had. In fact, probably the most competitive district that any Kildee has had in the last 40 years.
The district goes from Flint to Saginaw to Bay City over to Midland County as well, posing a challenge for Kildee, Rozicki says, because it leans more Republican in that part of the state.
And it really could determine which party has the majority in the Michigan congressional delegation.
Another district that's being closely watched is Democrat Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin and Republican Tom Barrett, a race that is making national headlines.
It's a close toss-up. Slotkin is the incumbent, but a very, very close race there.
Slotkin getting the endorsement from Republican Liz Cheney from Wyoming,
which is almost unheard of for a Republican to cross over and endorse a Democrat. So it'll be worth watching to see whether or not that endorsement helps or hurts Slotkin's campaign.
As we come down to the wire, candidates are faced with these challenges. Rozicki says Michigan is being closely watched.
Michigan has become it's often called a purple state, where it could go either Republican or Democrat.